friends, this is Yagyadev and I am presenting the current affair for Empower IS. So we are discussing the July current affair in the current affair series, which is most valuable and most productive for the UPSC civil services examination. So friends, you must look into the concept in very much depth, try to revise and memorize it and do practice again and again. So the first news goes for Central Board of Film and Certification, that is a statutory body under Ministry of Information and Broadcasting and regulating the public. So the films which were being produced under the Indian cinema having various kind of problems like underprivileged child, under 18 age of child, and the contents that are being produced in the films that contain various kind of unadulterated and adult contents. So in order to make the content of film much better, the Government of India under Central Film Certification Board Act of 1952 prescribed the new Film and Cinematography Act, and which is under the Central Board of Film and Certification. So the board is an statutory board that is passed by an act of Government of India, and it contains the non-official members and all who are appointed by the central government and functions with headquarters at Mumbai. Now the members panels are nominated by the central government and they are for a tenure of 2 years. Remember this key point for your prelims point of view. 2 साल के tenure के लिए ये board members government के द्वारा assign होते हैं. Now the certification is a process following the Cinematography Act of 1952, which provides for the development of all the cinema that are coming into the public parlance and the terms in which the cinema should become neat and clean and watchful for the general public. So in order to create a better facility for the cinema, we see that the certification has recently amended by the Amendment Bill 2021. Now it becomes an act for the public concerns. So it makes the power a revisionary one for the government. Earlier, Central Board of Film and Certificate people saying that the Government of India should not intervene into the film industry. Under Article 19, the Film and Certification Board has provided right to expression and presentation of their films as well as cinema. But time and again, friends, we visualize that the bodies are not presenting a neat and clean and good films. So in order to create a good film certification, this certification board has been prescribed to re-examine the films that are produced in the Indian cinema by Central Board of Film and Certification. Now what the bill says, that the Supreme Court ruling for the Government of India states clearly that after the passing of the Film through Censorship Act, no film should be made for the amendment again and again. But this bill suggests that there is a revision of certification of the film, then age-based certification, provision against film piracy and eternal certification. यानी कि जो भी फिल्में आती हैं उनमें कुछ अनवांटेड सीन्स रहते हैं, कुछ वायलेंट सीन्स होते हैं, सम क्राइम ऑफेंसिव सीन्स आर देयर, दैट शुड बी चेक्ड अगेन एंड अगेन बाय द गवर्नमेंट वाया दिस एक्ट. यानी कि गवर्नमेंट ऑथराइज रखती है इस पावर को कि वो फिल्म को फिर से रीचेक कर सकती है और उसे काउंटर कर सकती है. द सिनेमेटोग्राफी एक्ट ऑफ 1952 इज ए लॉ दैट प्रोवाइड्स सर्टिफिकेशन ऑफ सिनेमा and films to be displayed. Now this CBFC provides the body under Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. So remember this ministry for your prelims, that is INB ministry, and which is also enforcing the Cinematography Act of 1952. Remember this important point. Then Karnataka High Court order for the revisional power in respect of film already by the board, but Supreme Court ordered that legislation in certain cases overrule or nullify the judicial or executive decision by enacting the appropriate legislation. This is the power of the review power of Supreme Court. So that is why we are having check and balance between judiciary and legislature. So this again makes a good point of view for the people who are making the films and the people who are doing the certification procedure. तो जब फिल्में बनती हैं मित्रों और उनका सर्टिफिकेशन होता है तो गवर्नमेंट चेक करती है each and every perspective of the movie that is prescribed by this act. And section 5B of the Constitution and Cinematography Act of 1952 amends that the government can time and again check for the revision of the prescriptions of any films. Now, revision of certificate shows that there is violation of section 5B1 principle for guidance of certifying films. Then subsection 1 of section 6 shows that there is any references by the central government for the certification of public exhibition under section 5B1 of the act. So remember section 5B1 of the Film and Certification Act. 5B1 के अंतर्गत government can check for the violation of section 5B in terms of content of the movie, in terms of audio and visual contents that you are visualizing inside the movie, and whether they are going to harm the content of general public and disturb the social harmony. उसके लिए गवर्नमेंट इसको चेक आउट करती है. Other part shows that there is direct chairman of the board to re-examine the procedures which are taken under the content of the film. तो फिल्म के कंटेंट को मॉनिटर करने के लिए एक चेयरमैन रहता है. The proposal revision means that the central government prescribed a division for the creation of situational reverse the decision of the board. So government prescribes a warrant for the situational revision of the code that is under the section of the government body. Now Ministry of Finance announced that measure to provide relief to diverse sectors. It aims to prepare the healthy system for the prescription for movie and growth and employment. So इकोनॉमी की हम बात करते हैं मित्रों, तो मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ फाइनेंस ने एक रूल लाया है दैट प्रोवाइड्स दी 17 मेजर्स फॉर कोविड पैंडेमिक रिलीफ पैकेज with 6,28,993 crores. So गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने कोविड पैंडेमिक जो कि 2 साल तक भयावह स्थिति में बना रहा उसको सॉल्व करने के लिए 6,28,993 करोड़ का पैकेज लाया है. एंड दिस पैकेज गोज फॉर द फिस्कल डेफिसिट ऑफ 0.6%. तो 0.6% ऑफ फिस्कल डेफिसिट का पार्ट है ये कोविड फंड. So in order to cater the various problems and challenges of COVID, government has prescribed various parts by providing various funds. So first is the loan guarantee COVID hit sector. तो 1,10,000 करोड़ का लोन दिया गया है जो सेक्टर्स कोविड से हिट हुए थे. Then emergency loan guarantee of around 1,50,000 crore. Then financial aid and power distribution 97,631 crore. Then feed food grain supply of 93,869 crore. Export insurance cover of 88,000 crores. Boost for project exports, that is boosting the export of commodities 33,000 crores. Extra fertilizer subsidy 14,000 crore. New health scheme 50,000 crore. Village broadband 19,000 crore. Credit guarantee for microfinance 7,500 crore. Fee visas to boost tourism 100 crore. And revival of Northeast Agri Marketing Corp 77,000 crore. Remember this fact for your prelims as well as mains point of view and essay writing also. Now what are the packages for maintaining the COVID relief? Under the COVID relief package, we are having loan guarantee scheme for COVID affected sector, that is additional credit of rupees 1.1 lakh crore will flow to the business and rupees 60,000 crore to other sectors, including 50,000 crore for the health sector. Then health infrastructure targeting under the underserved area, that is non-metropolitan areas, slum areas and subserved areas are provided with the 50,000 crores. Then guarantee coverage of 50% for expansion of 75,000 for new projects. Then aspirational district guarantee cover of 75% will be available for both new projects and expansion. Maximum loan admissible under the scheme is 100 crore for the guarantee duration period of 3 years. तो सरकार ने एस्पिरेशनल डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स के डेवलपमेंट के लिए उनके प्रोडक्ट्स को ग्लोबल मार्केट तक लाने के लिए कितने का 100 करोड़ रुपए का फंड पर डिस्ट्रिक्ट वाइज, यानी एक डिस्ट्रिक्ट को 100 करोड़ 3 साल के लिए फंड डिसबर्समेंट किया गया है ड्यूरिंग कोविड पैंडेमिक सिचुएशन. द नेक्स्ट पार्ट इज इमरजेंसी क्रेडिट लाइन गारंटी अंडर आत्मनिर्भर भारत पैकेज which boost up the production and services during and post pandemic situation. ECLGS एक्सपोर्ट क्रेडिट लाइन गारंटी स्कीम, जिसके अंतर्गत जो भी चीज़ें प्रोड्यूस की जा रही हैं अपनी कंट्री में दैट आर प्रोवाइडेड विथ इमरजेंसी क्रेडिट लाइन ऑफ 1.5 lakh crores. Then credit guarantee scheme for microfinance institutions aims to benefit the smallest of the borrowers. Then microfinance institutions, in previous lecture we studied what are microfinance institutions. So microfinance institutions are those institutions which are having credit facility of 1.25 lakh to 5.2 lakh crore. तो जो भी कम लोन के बजट सैंक्शन करते हैं फॉर स्मॉल इंडस्ट्रीज, स्मॉल एंटरप्रेन्योर्स, स्टार्टअप्स के लिए, वैसे फाइनेंस इंस्टीट्यूशंस को, नॉन बैंकिंग फाइनेंशियल कंपनीज को माइक्रो फाइनेंस इंस्टीट्यूशन कहते हैं. रिमेंबर दिस पॉइंट. देन गवर्नमेंट प्रोवाइड शेड्यूल्ड कमर्शियल बैंक एज वेल एज नॉन बैंकिंग फाइनेंशियल कंपनीज a credit of 1.25 lakh to approximately 25 lakh small borrowers. 25 लाख छोटे बॉरोवर्स को 1.25 लाख का लोन दिया गया कोरोना पीरियड में. देन देयर वाज अगेन एक्सटेंशन ऑफ आत्मनिर्भर भारत रोजगार योजना इन द रूरल एरियाज वेयर देयर वेयर माइग्रेंट पीपल वेयर गोइंग. So in lockdown period we saw a problem of migrants laborer from the cities to the rural areas, for which government provided the Atmanirbhar Bharat package. So earlier we were having मनरेगा पैकेज. मनरेगा में 100 डेज का पेड रोजगार मिल रहा था मित्रों. उसके बाद गवर्नमेंट ने आत्मनिर्भर भारत रोजगार पैकेज में फर्दर पेड इंसेंटिव टू द माइग्रेंट लेबरर्स टू देयर विलेजेस. जो भी माइग्रेंट लेबर अपने गांव में जा रहे थे, अगर वे रोजगार पोर्टल पे रजिस्टर्ड हैं तो उनके लिए पेड रोजगार घोषित किया था. एंड द एम्प्लॉयज हु लॉस्ट देयर एम्प्लॉयमेंट अंडर EPFO they were provided the funds and relief packages under Atmanirbhar Bharat incentive. So this is why Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan makes a very important fact for your this year prelims. Now next point is Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana, in which National Food Security Act of 2013 enacted 5 kg of food in terms of rice and wheat was provided in May to November 2021, and strengthening the public sector health Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Nidhi under PM Jai Yojana and Arogya Yojana under Ayushman Bharat scheme were provided funds. Then new scheme for children and pediatric care, बच्चों के लिए और पेडियाट्रिकों के पोषण के लिए कोविड पैंडेमिक में गवर्नमेंट ने 23,220 करोड़ फंड वाज अनाउंस्ड, इन विच 50,000 करोड़ फॉर द रैम्प अप ऑफ पेडियाट्रिक हेल्थ केयर एंड गारंटी ऑफ 50,000 करोड़ फॉर लो इंटरेस्ट हेल्थ केयर, यानी कि लो इंटरेस्ट हेल्थ केयर एट द रेट ऑफ सेकेंडरी एंड टर्शरी लेवल. 50,000 crore package was provided by the government of India. Then it focused on the short term emergency preparedness with children and pediatric care pandemic relief. For agriculture sector, government provided agriculture subsidy for diaminophosphatic fertilizers. तो fertilizers के लिए DAP fertilizer as well as potassium and phosphorus fertilizers. So there are three kinds of fertilizers friends: DAP fertilizer, nitrogenous fertilizers and phosphatic fertilizers. तो ये तीन प्रकार के फर्टिलाइजर्स होते हैं जिनके बीच गवर्नमेंट ने DAP और P पोटेशियम एंड सोडियम फर्टिलाइजर्स के लिए सब्सिडी डाला. देन क्लाइमेट रेजिलियंस स्पेशल ट्रेट वेराइटीज, उसके लिए फंड रिलोकेशन. देन इंडियन काउंसिल ऑफ एग्रीकल्चरल रिसर्च provide the biofortified crop varieties having high nutrient like protein, iron, zinc and vitamin A, and these varieties are tolerant to the diseases under drought, salinity and flooding. Also they are resistant with insects, pesticides, insecticides. That is why they are high quality seeds by ICAR, Indian Council of Agriculture Research. Then early maturing and amenable to mechanical harvesting also developed. 21 such varieties of rice, peas, millet, maize, soybean, guinea, buckwheat, winged bean, pigeon, pea, sorghum will be dedicated to the nation. So remember this fact for your prelims as well as mains point of view. 21 varieties. Okay. Now next part is boost for the project exports. So in export sector we found that large part of export sector comprises of the agro based products such as dairy products, milks and vegetables, fisheries, fruits and so on. So COVID pandemic situation shows a great boost from the agriculture sector, जिसे हमने इकोनॉमी सर्वे में और बजट में पढ़ा था. Now the National Export Insurance Account NEIA was created by Government of India, in which there will be underwriting the additional 33,000 crore of project export. तो एक्सपोर्ट प्रमोशन के लिए 33,000 करोड़ का फंड इंसेंटिव. Then National Export Insurance Account promotes medium and long term project export. तो ये नेशनल एक्सपोर्ट इंश्योरेंस अकाउंट जो बनाया गया है मित्रों, ये कैसे प्रोजेक्ट्स को प्रमोट कर रहा है? दोज प्रोजेक्ट्स विच आर मीडियम टर्म एंड लॉन्ग टर्म प्रोजेक्ट्स कैटरिंग मोर देन 5 to 10 years of tenure. ऐसे क्षेत्रों के लिए हमने 5 to 10 years का रिस्क लेते हुए NEIA के द्वारा फंड डाला. दैट वाज 33,000 करोड़ ऑफ फंड पैकेज. नाउ इट प्रोवाइड्स कवर टू बायर्स क्रेडिट, जो खरीदने वाले बायर्स हैं उनको क्रेडिट दे रहा है बाय एक्सिम, दैट इज एक्सपोर्ट एंड इंपोर्ट, एंड बैंक्स ऑल्सो टू लेस क्रेडिट वर्दी बोरोवर्स एंड सपोर्टिंग प्रोजेक्ट एक्सपोर्टर्स. सो ऐसे एक्सपोर्टर्स जो कि बहुत सारे प्रोडक्ट्स इंडिया से बल्क में प्रोक्योर कर रहे थे, तो उनके लिए यहाँ पे इंसेंटिव दी जा रही है. नेक्स्ट पार्ट कम्स फॉर द नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न रीजन मार्केट. So northeastern region comprises mainly of the plantation crop, tea plantation, bamboo, rice and other kharif crop due to heavy rainfall and mountainous areas. So it was provided 77.45 crore package in the Northeastern Agriculture Marketing Corporation, and which facilitated the 13 geographical indicators, 13 GI tag products के लिए marketing यहाँ पे की गई. Now it provide 10 to 15% higher price to the farmers and bypassing middleman agents also. Then Northeastern Center for Organic Cultivation provides facilitation of equity finance and entrepreneurs. तो entrepreneurs के लिए और equity financiers के लिए भी नॉर्थ ईस्ट रीजन में फंड की व्यवस्था, then facilities to sell their products, create their products and manufacturing as well as service delivery. Enhanced facility was provided under 10 to 15% of high pricing. Then next part comes with the Digital India. So Digital India package was 19,041 crore provided for the BharatNet project, in which 16 states to get viability gap funding. तो Digital India में क्या होता है मित्रों? The fund which is provided to the states in order to develop the broadband connection, अपने राज्य के जिलों के बीच, डिस्ट्रिक्ट एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव सेंटर्स के बीच, ब्लॉक्स के बीच एंड पंचायती राज हेडक्वार्टर्स के बीच ब्रॉडबैंड कनेक्टिविटी के लिए गवर्नमेंट ने 19,041 करोड़ का इंसेंटिव दिया. Then it enable expansion and upgradation of BharatNet to cover all the Gram Panchayat and inhabited villages. Further, it streamlined the process of public-private partnership projects. Remember this fact. PPP project को बढ़ाया गया, in which there is Infrastructure Investment Trust (InvITs). So InvITs को बढ़ावा देने के लिए public private partnership को लाया गया, and the policy aims to ensure the speedy clearance of projects under the private sector facilitation efficiencies, finance the construction and management of such projects under the India. Now next part is the reforms based result linked power distribution scheme for the clearance of DISCOM. तो हमने जून की भी न्यूज़ एनालिसिस में इसे पढ़ा था दैट डिस्कॉम्स आर प्लेइंग क्रिटिकल रोल्स फॉर द डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन लाइंस अंडर द पावर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन सेक्टर. उसके लिए उज्ज्वला स्कीम भी लाई गई, देन उज्ज्वल डिस्कॉम योजना लाई गई. नाउ दिस पार्ट डील्स विद द अपग्रेडेशन ऑफ सिस्टम, देन इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर क्रिएशन and improving of the overall distribution process for the electrical distribution to the village areas, northeastern areas, mountainous areas of Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh, then areas of Lakshadweep, Andaman Nicobar. Now for this, Union budget provides the specific intervention of assistance fund of 10,000 feeders and 4 lakh kilometer of long term cables in fund of 25 crores for small meters. So smart meters के funding के लिए 25 crores की incentive दी गई है and 10,000 feeders 4 lakh kilometer long term overhaul lines provide की गई हैं. Then there is additional borrowing fund of 0.5% of GDP is provided and ongoing works of integrated power under Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gram ज्योति योजना DDU-GJY एंड प्रधानमंत्री उज्ज्वला योजना को आप याद रखेंगे. फर्दर उज्ज्वल डिस्कॉम एश्योरेंस योजना इससे पहले चल रही थी, जिसके अंदर दीनदयाल उपाध्याय योजना के अंतर्गत इसे मर्ज कर दी गई है मित्रों. नाउ व्हाट इज द सिग्निफिकेंस? सो लोन गारंटी स्कीम प्रोवाइडेड अंडर this scheme has risk aversions for the confidence extending loans in which credit deposition for the multi-year low level is provided, and it ushers the employment incentive sector such as tourism, and this benefits also the livelihood and the mitigate further closures of new jobs. तो livelihood promotion के लिए और नए जॉब को बढ़ावा देने के लिए भी ये प्रोजेक्ट बेनिफिशियल है, एंड दैट वाज इंक्लूडेड इन द बजट ऑफ दिस ईयर आल्सो. एंड वी आल्सो स्टडीड इन इकोनॉमी सर्वे दैट हाउ द इम्पैक्ट ऑफ दिस प्रोजेक्ट इंटरवेंशन बाय गवर्नमेंट लीड्स टू डिग्निफाइंग लाइफ एट द विलेज लेवल. नाउ सच प्रोजेक्ट्स आल्सो हेल्प फॉर द हेल्थ केयर चैलेंजेस इन द फ्यूचर. सो ऐसे प्रोजेक्ट्स हेल्थ केयर चैलेंजेस को भी कैटर करते हैं, जो कि पैंडेमिक में सबसे ज़्यादा चैलेंजिंग रहा. And it also affect the COVID affected sectors to rise from the challenges and faced over the past years, and further it revives the small businesses and fortunes for the large industries which were facing challenges during the COVID pandemic. Now next part comes in the main news is other backward caste reservation issues. So as per the Indian constitution makers such as B.R. Ambedkar, which said that our equality is the fundamental right of every citizen of India, and which is enshrined as a value under the preamble of Constitution of India, and Article 16 and Article 17, 18 all says about provisions of equality. So Article 16 provides for the equal opportunity in the employment section. So as we face the grave depression about the backward classes in the societies which were facing grave hurt during the pre-independence and post-independence scenario. So government in 1979 formed a Mandal Commission. मंडल आयोग का गठन किया गया मित्रों, and Mandal Commission put forth its recommendation for the other backward caste which were suffering during lack of proper care and government policies for their jobs and facilities in various government sectors. So Justice G. Rohini in 2017 provided under Article 340 for the aim of improving equality of sharing of benefits among other backward caste, and Article 340 of the Constitution deals with the OBC section, and therefore formation of National Commission for Backward Caste was done, and the appointment of commission to investigate the conditions of backward caste. So remember this judge of Supreme Court, that is Justice G. Rohini. इनका नाम आप याद रखेंगे for your prelims and mains point of view. So what are the categories? So there were 4 categories described by this committee, and under which first category was 1674 caste group. Largely those have not benefited by the quota of 2% reservation. तो पहली कैटेगरी इसमें 2% रिजर्वेशन की बेनिफिट थी. Then second category was 534 caste group of 6% reservation. 6% रिजर्वेशन के 534 caste group रहे. Then category 3 is 328 caste group of 9% reservation. Remember this fact. And fourth category is 97 caste group, mostly of dominant OBC section, population of 10% reservation. So there is again issue of creamy layer in the other backward castes. Creamy layer in OBC group. सो ओबीसी ग्रुप में भी ये 4 कैटेगरी जस्टिस जी रोहिणी कमेटी में निकल के सामने आए मित्रों, जिसमें अगेन हम देखते हैं कि 4 कैटेगरी इन डिस्टिंग्विश्ड पार्ट. सो अर्लियर वी वर स्ट्रगलिंग फॉर द लोअर वल्नरेबल सेक्शन ऑफ सोसाइटी, दैट इज शेड्यूल्ड कास्ट एंड शेड्यूल्ड ट्राइब under article 328, 330. Then under this article 340 we saw that the reservation of the other backward caste who were again deprived in the sections such as Jats community, Gurjara and Ahir community, so in which the categorization was made so far, and which is goes for the G. Rohini committee. So what it mandates that 27% reservation in jobs, in education among the other backward caste and communities with reference to the central OBC list. So there are 2 lists, friends. There is union list, state list and concurrent list under Schedule 7 of Constitution of India. So they are demanding to bring their reservation under the state list. उसके लिए हमने देखा था हरियाणा में कितने भारी संख्या में जाट एग्रीगेशन हो रहे थे. देन इन द केस ऑफ राजस्थान देयर वाज ह्यूज एग्रेशन बाय द जाट एंड मीणा कम्युनिटी इन द राजस्थान एरिया इन ऑर्डर टू fulfill their rights of reservation. Then this mechanism provides the criteria and norms for the subcategorization of other backward caste, and need for subcategorization because the benefits of the provided facilities are reaching only at the creamy level. So OBC में भी जो creamy layers हैं मित्रों, उनके पास ही government की facilities पहुंच पा रही हैं, and they are developing so much and so forth that they are going higher and higher, but the other sections of OBC are again deprived. So Rohini Commission highlights that from about 2633 central list of OBCs, about 1900 castes have not proportionately benefited. So 1900 बटा 2633 इस आंकड़े को आप याद रखिए. And this proportion of the other backward caste have not been benefited by central schemes provided by the union government, and half of these 1900 caste have not availed the benefit of reservation, and the other half include those that avail loss of 3% share in the OBC quota. यानी कि 3% of OBC quota is not being used by any of the government schemes under these facility. Remember this fact for your prelims, mains and essay writing. Then the commission highlight that 25% of benefits from OBC reservation has been availed by only 10 subcaste. That is again a poor data. 10 subcaste को ही 25% benefit दी गई है. And according to committee, the communities have got almost benefit of reservation includes profession based castes such as Kalegars and community studying Palestinians, then Sikligars. Remember this community, Kalegar community, then Sikligar, Saraniaj, and which sharpen the knives apart from several other marginalized groups. Then Mandal Commission Ayog recommended that the benefit of the central government should reach at the bottom level of OBCs, SCs and STs, which again they are deprived of the facilities under union list of the government. Then little knowledge about the Mandal Ayog, how it was commissioned. Then in 1990s the union government take the recommendation of Mandal Commission for 27% according to the Mandal Ayog. Mandal Ayog की recommendation पे सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने 1990s में फर्स्ट रिजर्वेशन लाया फॉर OBCs and reservation in jobs from central government in services under article 16(4) of the constitution. Remember article 16 subclause 4 of the Indian constitution. तो इसके अंतर्गत OBCs को पहली रिजर्वेशन दी गई मित्रों. OBC रिजर्वेशन एट फर्स्ट स्पॉट in 1990. Now Mandal Commission provided that in 1979 it was first formed under the chairmanship of BP Mandal, and the mandate of Mandal Commission was identified socially and educationally backward classes. Remember this fact that BP Mandal has provided socially backward and educationally backward. ये दो क्राइटेरिया बीपी मंडल सर ने रखे थे अपनी कमिटी में. एंड in year 1992 the central government institution formed that there was a commission for backward caste, and under article 15(4) of the constitution of India, which promises for the equality at various levels, that ensures the benefit of recommendation to percolate down the most backward caste. Then under this we have Indira Shawni judgment. तो इंदिरा शॉनी केस आप पढ़ते हैं, इंदिरा शॉनी, in which you find that reservation in order to benefit the deprived sections at job level. Then who are OBC? Now let us look at the definition, that OBC का definition क्या कहता है मित्रों. OBC are those sections of the that is used by the government to classify the caste which are educationally or socially disadvantaged group of the society, and which is again deprived by the social facilities as well as educational facilities. So remember the definition of OBCs, that is two keywords. पहला ऐसे लोग which are socially deprived, और वैसे लोग जो कि एजुकेशनली डिप्राइव्ड हैं. सो OBCs are those people friends who are socially deprived in terms of opportunity, equality and dignity of life. Then those people who are deprived educationally also with lower level of literacy, that are again a part of other backward caste under Mandal Commission recommendation. Then two list of OBCs are there. पहला central list is there, second is state list, with the former identified by the union government dealing with the central government job, while the state list guarantees the job and promotion reservation in the state government, public sector enterprises and state institutions. Then it was again local reservation for the judgment of 1992, that was Indira Shawni case. Remember this judgment, Indira Shawni judgment, very important for your prelims as well as mains point of view, and you can use it in ethics also as well as essay also. So the judgment shows that a household having less than 8 lakhs or above belonging to the category of creamy layers, तो ऐसे परिवार जिनकी आय 8 लाख सालाना से ज़्यादा है, तो ऐसे परिवारों को हम क्रीमी लेयर ओबीसी में मानते हैं. नाउ गवर्नमेंट मेक्स द क्राइटेरिया दैट हाई लेवल फैसिलिटीज इन रिजर्वेशन फॉर जॉब्स in hospitals at various facility level, they should not be provided that much facility because they are in creamy layer of OBCs. So they are not eligible for the reservation. Then there was evolution of idea for the subcategorization of OBC caste. तो इसके लिए सब कैटेगराइजेशन हो गया OBC सेक्शन में. That first backward class commission report of 1955 proposed subcategorization of OBC into backwards and extremely backward communities. तो सब कैटेगराइजेशन में हमने देखा कि कैसे बैकवर्ड सेक्शन होते हैं. देन देयर आर एक्सट्रीमली बैकवर्ड सेक्शन इन OBC कम्युनिटी. फर्दर मंडल कमीशन रिपोर्ट्स 1979 shows that descent for the member of L.R. नायक. सो BP मंडल सर तो थे ही, देन दूसरे second member was L.R. Nayak. Remember these two names for the recommendation of Mandal Commission. And in 2015, National Commission for Backward Caste proposed that OBC will be divided into the following categories, that is category A, B, C. And first category is extremely backward classes which are facing social, एजुकेशनल एंड इकोनॉमिक बैकवर्डनेस. यानी कि फर्स्ट कैटेगरी ए क्लासीफाइज वैसे सेक्शन जो कि सामाजिक तौर पे, आर्थिक तौर पे और शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में पिछड़े रह गए हैं. देन सेकंड सेक्शन गोज फॉर मोर बैकवर्ड क्लासेस MBC ग्रुप बी कंसिस्टिंग ऑफ वोकेशनल ग्रुप्स विच कैरिंग ऑन देयर ट्रेडिशनल ऑक्यूपेशन. तो वैसे लोग जो कि वोकेशनल एजुकेशन में हैं और अपने ट्रेडिशनल काम को, जो पारिवारिक तौर पे उनके घर में छोटे मोटे काम किए जाते थे, वे कैरी कर रहे हैं. वैसे लोग सेकंड क्लास दैट इज MBC ग्रुप बी में हैं. थर्ड आर बैकवर्ड क्लासेस ग्रुप सी कंप्राइजिंग ऑफ कंपैरेटिवली मोर फॉरवर्ड सेक्शन. सो the three categorization remains very important for your prelims as well as mains point of view, on which you can write your answer by justifying how social inequalities are percolating in the society, how government is making policies, and how the segregation and separation of caste under sub-caste is being made by the government to provide more education and facilitate their job security, facilitate health, education as well as other facilities of good life and dignity. So NCBC have 11 state and UTs, that is Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Puducherry, Karnataka, Haryana, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Bihar, Maharashtra, Rajasthan and Tamil Nadu have subcategorized the OBC for the reservation of state government jobs. ये सारे 11 राज्यों में सब कैटेगराइजेशन इन 3 पैमानों पे, दैट इज ग्रुप A, B, C हैज बीन डन इन दिस 11 स्टेट्स.